All right, man.
Yeah.
What's good, Fred? What's good, man?
Man, you know, living. It's been a minute, but appreciate you having me out.
Nah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Let's start from like where we met, because I know you came. I know Lorena brought you here, but I don't even know why.
Right.
Like,
that was an interesting luck of the whatever you want to call it, the stars aligning. But
yeah.
I know a dude in California that she's friends with, and so he told me she had swimsuits that she was making.
Okay.
And I'm a photographer, so I'm like, man, I'm looking to help somebody if they're trying to help me get the opportunity to shoot something. So that's pretty much my only goal, was to meet her and help to make her brand bigger if I could. If, you know, I don't think I'm all that. I just feel if I can give you help, I'll help, because I got a camera and I know something about it. Yeah. So that was it. And she happened to be here when she set up the meeting.
Yeah.
And he said she was coming to DC. I talked to her on Instagram and said, just bring a few suits. I'll put some on my girlfriend and we can shoot it. And so this was the location. I was just like, all right, cool. So I met you in your spot because of her, basically.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so,
yeah. And you know, we hit it off because you like I said, you mad organic, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I feel like you don't pretend like you got something to hide, and you keep it humble.
Yeah.
But, you know, when we met, it was all cool vibes, and then I was like, yo, let's create a project together.
That's true. Yeah.
And then when we were in the process of creating a project, and then you brought your equipment, I was like, oh, this is a serious dude. Like, cause I had worked with like photographers before, but you had all kinds of lighting and all kinds of lenses and all kinds of cameras, you know?
And we could talk about that for hours, you know. Photography to me it's more about people and light than it is about cameras.
Yeah.
And I have 50 cameras.
Yeah.
But whatever. If you can't shoot, no matter which one you use, you know what I mean? So if you can't engage your subject or you can't light your subject. So yeah, man, as far as it was to me, I had a camera for 2 years before I ever called myself a photographer. Like, out of respect for real photographers. That's how much I appreciate what people have done with it, you know, so.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the books.
Yeah, yeah. And you know the first project that we worked on, Numbing Days, it was like, that was really like a learning experience for me. You know what I mean? It's like you know, it was, for me, it was like trying to use like still images to convey a message of what society is feeling and going through. And you know, with the models that we worked with from Howard, you know, when the final project came out, some of them were very critical because it wasn't what they expected it to be. You know, when I posted it in the group chat, and you was like, yo, man, fuck that shit. If this is your vision, and that's what it is.
That's what I tell you, man.
Yeah, that's what you, because you were like, yo, fuck that shit. Because I was trying to like,
to appease them.
And like, yo, all right, how should I change it? How should I make the edits and whatnot? And that was an important moment for me, because actually, like, I feel like it took me out of my innocence, because I was used to just like people saying, yo, this is dope. I like what you're doing. This is da da da. And, you know, I appreciated the fact that, you know, I had people to give me a different perspective as well. Like, okay, this is not how we wanted to see it, based on, you know, wherever they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And then also to have you be like, nah, fuck that. So it was like, in the beginning, I was a little hurt. I was like, oh shit, man, damn.
We messed up. Right?
Yeah. And then you were like, yo, fuck that shit. And I was like, oh shit, I got, now I understand. It's like, and not everybody's going to see it how, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You, like how you see it, you know what I'm saying?
But they didn't set it up either. So
exactly.
So for me, as an artist, I don't really subscribe to positive feedback. 97 people that know me, 97% of them are going to say, yo, you a dope photographer. Okay. I want to hear somebody tell me what I'm bad at.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to get me motivated to do better. So as much as I love and care about people's opinions, if you tell me something nice, it's not going to help me.
Yeah.
And I know that I would settle in on the fact that everybody who knew me knew that I was the best photographer they ever worked with, until they hit a real, in my opinion, good photographer, you know, then it's like, no, you know, now that's a good photographer. But negative feedback is positive feedback.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that's going to give you traction, give you, you know, thrust to get to where you want to get to. So when you told me that, I was all in your corner, bro. I said, yeah, man, that's excellent. Absolutely. Then post that then. Put that out, because they signed up to be a part of somebody's vision.
Yeah.
They didn't set nothing up. They didn't bring none to the party. You know, they just showed up wanting to get famous or whatever. You know what I mean? Not to get famous, but you know what I mean? Like, in a sense, yeah, you want exposure. You want to be a part of something. This is something. And the fact is if you portray something, a negative character in a vision successfully, that just means you're a good actor. That shows that you have depth. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything, you know? So that's part of maturity of acting and everything. So you did good on that, man. And
where'd you get that mentality from?
It probably just goes back to the rudiments of who I am, and that I don't flow with people just because people say I should. Yeah. I don't do things that are cool. You know what I mean? Like growing up, I never wore Air Force Ones because they were popular. Yeah. Then I bought a pair and I said, oh, these are nice. Okay, I'll wear them. You know what I mean? I grew up in the Tupac and Biggie phase. And it was, 92, everything was popping. It was cool, but I didn't listen to it because it was popular. Yeah. And I didn't want to be just whatever everybody else was. So I finally started listening to Biggie 20 years after he was dead. Like, oh, okay, I see why people like him. That makes sense. But if I haven't analyzed it for myself, and that put me in this position to where a lot of different things did. But that's a big key to me. Like, I was having a conversation with a person and they did this joke and they said, yeah, I'm usually right. And I said, well, I'm usually wrong. And he said, well, that's not true. Like, it might be. But I always put myself in that position to where I don't enter a room and think that I'm right or that people want to hear me. Yeah. So whoever watches this in the future, just a precursor to it, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm just a dude in the street. Okay? I don't know nothing. So nothing of this is fact. This is just some things I think I saw. Yeah. Okay, so don't know.
and so it's almost like from that experience, right? It's like it made me not be so vulnerable to content that I create, right?
True.
So I really appreciated that, from you and from the models that we worked with, because now I can actually take myself out of the content and be able to look at the content and not be so attached to it, like make it so personal. You know what I mean? It's about really what we are creating. So it's like, now when I'm creating, it's really about the subject matter and whatever the objective is, whatever we're trying to present, more so than me, my personal feelings to it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that makes it easier for you to be able to receive feedback, critiques, and, to also like actually get the work done.
And the nature of who you are that I noticed, you don't want to do something that won't make waves. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't want to just do something. So when I do something personal, if I do a personal thing that I want to do, maybe I like it, maybe nobody else does. But if I do something that is the intent is to cause somebody to think, which is how you operate, from what I can see, everything that I've worked on you with, it's always more than just a face or a person. There's
and I think that's also
the two knives. Well, no, it's always your idea. For me, I just love working with a person who can tell me something deep. Like, tell me something. What do you want to create? Yeah. And once you put it out there, I can start to put it on a canvas. It's all I'm doing, It's taking what you say and translating it into a picture. But once you say, I want both people to be stabbing each other and killing each other. Yeah. Okay, now I can roll with that. Yeah. Or when you say, remember with all the drugs on the table, but the feast, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or like, even we shot a girl here, you know what I mean? With the book, you know what I mean? Like, what do you want to say? How do you want it to feel? Yeah. Once if somebody can articulate to me what they're feeling or what they want to portray, not that I know everything, but I know how I see it. Yeah. And then I roll that off. One of my recent shoots, maybe we'll flash a picture of it up. I'll send you the photo. But
gotcha.
A lady, she told me the first night we met, she said, I want to do a shot flying out of a swing, naked, however, not sexual per se.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
You've seen the shot? Yeah. And so the first thing I did is I sat her down with a piece of paper and drew out what she was saying. And what she had a picture of was of a swing in the air and then her back fully exposed as she's flying through the air. And so I said, okay, now if we shoot a shot where you jump out of a swing and lay that flat, you realize you won't be able to get back to your feet. So let's change it up, because I'm already thinking about angles and how to make this happen. And I shot it completely differently.
Yeah.
And it made the same effect, but without her having to, land flat on her back.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But we killed that shoot.
Yeah.
We killed it. So we'll put a photo up, and then people know what time.
And like you saying like, I come up with those ideas, but it's like when I have those ideas, you're the only person I think about shooting it with. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down for whatever, man. It's, the crazier, the better. The more we can bridge fantasy and reality, just so to speak, or to. My new thing is I admire artists that make photos look like they're not photos. In a sense to say, it just looks like I'm sitting in this room. So. Or because I'm terrible at landscape photography, but I see people who can pick up a camera and shoot a photo of a landscape and it tells the whole story. But whenever I do it, it's like, oh, what are you looking at? So for me, the goal is to get the camera out of the photo. As an amateur, I used to love to see my lights flash in the back of the shot and make the starburst. It was big, but you knew it was a flash.
Yeah.
All the pros never do that. Rarely. You never say never, but they rarely do that. They generally don't show you how they're lighting it, but it's lit and it's perfect, so.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So.
One thing I'm starting to realize is like, when you are an artist, you actually like providing the service to humanity. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I used to not look at it that way, cause I think, the media focuses so much on the artists and their fame and who they are. And they try to include what's going on in their lives, their family, all of that shit. Mm-hmm. So you usually look at the artist, but it's really about the art that they're creating. They're like servants for society. You know what I mean? And
in so many ways. Yeah.
And in so many ways. And the higher you can get, it's the more selfless you can be, because when you don't make it about you, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can actually be more empathetic to people's feelings, and then you can actually be creative enough to show people what they're going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get that vibe from you. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody is like, it's like always down and it's like willing to create. You know what I mean? It's just it's a powerful like characteristic to have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like even Kanye, like people think it's all about his ego and whatnot, but I also think he's a servant.
The dude is only telling the truth as he sees it. That's the thing about him. I seen him talk about Donald Trump, and the funny thing is, if you never heard him talk before, you don't realize what he actually sounds like when he's talking. So he's got a completely different voice than what he raps with.
Yeah,
but I've seen him talk about Donald Trump, and I was like, man, let me see what this coon about to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you want to, but when he started talking, all I'm understanding is he's attacking a mindset, and we're attacking him for the word he uses to describe the mindset. So when he talked about that slave mentality or whatever, I think people got mad that he was using those words, and they never got to the point of what he was saying was the mentality is, if you have 500 strong-bodied, hard-working black people in the field and 17 people on the other team, you're gonna win. If you get your mind into the game. That's all he was saying. But people were just so attacking his words, they never got to what he was saying.
Because of our emotions, right?
They never got to what he was saying, which in the fairness of communication, you have a responsibility to communicate in a way that can be understood. As well as you have a responsibility to listen before you return. You know what I mean? So again, fairness is that word that always gets you in trouble. I could say that over and over again. So
that's actually important, because it's like he can say something, right? And let's say he didn't articulate it the proper way, right? Quote unquote, right? But then the response that he gets is just as negative as what he said. And he's actually getting it from everybody. You know what I mean? So one person says one negative thing, and then 1,000 people says negative things. And that's so it's like we all the same.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Fire begets fire, I guess.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like, so if you really want to see change, you have to be change. I'd say this over and over to people, and it seems cliche. So here's the deal. So growing up as a Christian, I learned all the cliches. And then I realized that's kind of what Christianity was in America, was just cliches, you know? Yeah. So then I chased after Christ minus the cliches and found something completely different. But that's a whole nother schedule. But either way, so cliches get people through life, so to speak.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life. And don't knock me for that one. That might be true. I haven't figured it out yet. But you know what I mean? But like, but you know what I mean? Like cliches, something to say to get somebody to keep rolling, you know, memes, if you will, or inspirational posters.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, if it takes anything outside of what you woke up with, then you may not be finding the right source of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I woke up with everything I need today.
Yeah.
You did too.
Yeah.
You know, and if nobody told you that, you did too. You woke up with everything you need today. And it's nice to have external motivators, positive or negative, to get you to go a little further. But at the end of the day, you're responsible for yourself, your actions, and your responses to everything that happens.
Yeah.
You can't offend me. I learned that from a pastor. So you can say whatever you want. You can call me nigger. I don't care. Yeah. Now, I can oblige you and let you see what I get offended looking like if you want it. But I would ask you first, are you sure you want to see that? I'm just making sure. Because if you don't want to see it, then we can just continue.
Yeah.
But if you want to see it, I'll show you.
Yeah.
But only if you ask. You know what I mean? And that's it. And that's, then you get what you're asking for. You know, so for me, you know, I'm level-headed, I believe, but a lot of people think I've been told I was high-strung, and I'm like, really? I don't find any reason to be high-strung, but I think it's just because I'm so different.
Yeah.
People don't know how to take that in, you know, and it's not on purpose. It's just who I am. So I don't know.
Let's start from where you grew up.
I grew up in Milwaukee. I was born in Chicago in the projects, 43rd Street, you know, but they don't exist no more. So 2 years old, we moved to Milwaukee to get away from my dad for whatever reason. You know, drugs and penitentiary, you know, typical black childhood in the 80s or whatever. So after that, he got his act together, never looked back, you know, and just started to reach out for us. So about the time I was 5 or 6, I got to know my dad, and I never looked back either, you know.
So he moved to Milwaukee with your...
He would drive 2 hours every weekend, every weekend. 2 hours from Chicago to Milwaukee.
Okay.
Every weekend to pick us up and take us back, or just to come see us.
But like your mom did not want to be together.
Not necessarily. She didn't want to make a relationship with him again.
Gotcha.
But she was never against him getting to know us or her. You know, he helped her out with money still and everything else. But just he became a decent person. You know, like people can do. People change. Okay, people change. Okay, but it just takes a lot of pressure. But yeah, so, you know, I met him when I was probably 5 or 6, and it just was the best person I ever met in my life, probably. You know what I mean? As far as, I love my mom. That's the greatest thing ever happened to me. But like, as far as meeting somebody later in life, meeting my dad was the best person I ever met, you know? Gotcha. So, period, you know? And
then, so like, did you have like a long period of time in Milwaukee?
I spent my adolescent life all the way to the military in Wisconsin, you know, and then when I could drive, I would drive to see him. You know, he got me my first car, coming down to see you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I spent a lot of time on the road just because I could. If, you know, when you're 17 and you got a car, 16, you just want to drive, you know? So I go see my dad whenever I wanted to, so.
How did you get into the military?
By accident.
So you got it at a young age.
Yeah, because I graduated high school at 17. So I went to college for a year and realized this is just high school again. You know what I mean? Those first 2 years, it's just high school again. Like, I already know math. I already took German. I already know language. I want to know something else. And I felt like the type of person I am, I got a full ride scholarship, $20,000 a year. I got a full ride scholarship just on academics.
That's what's up.
And so my mom and my dad had to pay, or her husband, my stepdad, you know, they had to pay like maybe a total of $3,000 a year for me to go to school. And I felt like if I wasn't going to get a real education, I was wasting their money. Yeah. Putting them under undue pressure for me to be going to high school again. So I dropped out. I said, look, this isn't for me. I'm not supposed to be wasting your money. You know, I felt like I was always I didn't want to be a burden to my parents. So, you know, so, yeah, I just dropped out and joined the military basically, over the next 6 or 7 months. I figured my way into the military because my brother was already in the Air Force. So I was like, cool, I'll just do what you did. Joined up. Me and LeBron signed at the same time. Of course, he signed with Nike too for $90 million, and I signed, you know, the other way for, you know. But yeah, so that's why LeBron is one of my favorite players, is because we signed the same year, and he did it with Nike. Yeah, we had the same basketball cards, and he in there dunking on people that, you know, like that's crazy to me, man. Yeah. Same age, man. Like that's crazy. You dunking on your heroes? Yeah. Straight up. Yeah, so
yeah, like LeBron came in the game hot.
Yeah.
Came in the game and still hot.
Yeah.
35 is still hot right now. So. But in the, like, were you nervous when you joined the military?
I don't even remember being nervous. I had a cousin and a brother that were in the Air Force before me. Mm-hmm. They kind of showed me the ropes. I remember, I guess it was tough. This was before basic training became Candyland. Mm-hmm. And military people know what I'm saying. I joined just before that. And so I was one of the last round of people that went through basic training where you could be hazed and stuff like that. And so it was cool. You know, it was like.
It was cool.
It was cool. Like, I mean, it is what it is, man. Suck it up. So as I do, I float to the top. So I became a leader of my group. And just because I was the shortest of the 4 leaders, I was element leader number 1. That was all it was. But yeah, I don't know, man. I remember the first time I got to call home because, you know, back then we weren't surgically attached to cell phones. Mm-hmm. So when we joined basic, we locked all of our possessions in a locker, clothes, cell phone, wallet, everything. I don't even think wallet. Yeah. And then that one day, 3 weeks in, we got liberty to go down to the payphone and make a phone call, man. I called my mom. I was all, you know, big and tough. I called her. As soon as she said hello, it was done, man. It was done. I don't even know why I was crying, but it was what it was, you know? Yeah. And she broke me down with the first word. I was done. Like, yeah, man. I missed her, you know? But it was good. I was a good experience. I was fit. I was leading my team. Mm-hmm. We were doing well. Got through that, honor grad or whatever. Yeah. So it was I naturally listen well. Yeah. So for me, the military makes sense. Like, they tell you which foot to use. They say left. That's that foot, stupid. You know what I mean? Some people couldn't get that right. Like, it's your left foot when they say left, man. You know, they tell you what to do 24 hours a day for basic training.
Do you know in some countries, you have to join the military?
True.
Like in Israel.
True.
You have to, at a certain age, you have to join the military. Yeah. Do you think they should have that for Americans?
I think Americans need a lot of things. Let me just start off by saying I think Americans are at a disadvantage for all of the advantages we have. The same way technology was made to bring people together, but now you feel farther apart. Okay, so in the military, you learn something you just can't learn other places. I'm appreciative that we have a voluntary service, so you know people who came are either volunteered or about to go to jail. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's only 2 people that join the military. Volunteers and people who are about to go to jail. So, I wouldn't say that we need a mandatory military. If we were actually trying to be on top of everything, honestly, which I think the people at the top of the U.S. are smarter than that. That's why they don't do what China does. You know what I mean? Like, it makes a better military, but it doesn't make a better country per se. You know what I mean? If we were military dependent, or like if that was our number one thing we did was kill people, sure. I mean, 2 years in the military won't hurt anybody. Mm-hmm. 2 years in the Air Force won't hurt anybody. Let me rephrase that. I can't speak for the other branches, but in the Air Force, yeah, you'd be all right. My brother's a Marine. My cousin was a Marine. You know.
Why did you say people who are about to go to jail?
Most of the young guys I joined with, there was like it's pretty much in some of these small counties. I knew this dude, rest his soul. He was on his last straw. The judge said, "You either join the military or you're going to jail." So we met him. And
so if you commit a crime and you in court, You could be like, yo, your honor.
Nah, it's only if you like 19 when you do it or something. Yeah. So it's like, it's them young kids, just fresh out of high school, nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And you in this small town where, where you still drink and drive and everything else, and it is what it is. And you shoot up something with a shotgun and they're like, hey man, that's the last straw. You about to go to jail or you join the military. And that's what the judge will tell you straight up. And so
what's the testosterone like?
In the military, it's a bunch of, forgive my language, it's a bunch of idiots, a bunch of retards. Like everybody's, it's like no common sense. That's just at the start. What you take is an adolescent full of steam, you give him a paycheck of $1,100 a month, and you put him in a dorm situation where he can, and then right outside the base gate, there's a car dealership and a movie theater and a strip club. And so, you know what I mean? What do you think you're going to do?
Yeah.
Let's go get a car. Let's go to the strip club. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're going to do. I was fortunate enough to get married when I was 19. And so I joined the military, got married. And then when I joined as a kid, I had a wife and a house, and responsibilities rather than, a pocket full of cash and nothing to do, So, married young.
So you think she had your head on straight?
Nah, not at all. She was lost as me. But the fact is,
why was it fortunate?
Oh, because I was trying. I was trying to be married, versus trying to get my wick wet. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to be married, and that made all the difference in whether or not I was going to catch whatever STD was rolling through the dorms, or be on the front page of the base paper for drunk driving or whatever else. Because everybody in the dorms, 90% of them got caught doing something wrong or being in the wrong place, the wrong time. That's just the nature of it.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of teenagers with money.
Yeah,
away from home.
That's so interesting. Like, speaking about it from the inside. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm talking about Little Rock, Arkansas. So it's not even like we was nowhere.
Yeah,
it's not like we was based in Syracuse or somewhere where you got a party, or Vegas. There's a base in Vegas. Oh. You know what I mean? Like, I was based in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas.
But would you say, with all the partying, with all the fuckery, America still we have the strongest military. So when it comes down to work,
we have the cleverest thieves.
Okay.
In the military sense. None that we do military technology wise do I believe we originated by any means.
Gotcha.
That's first off. It's probably German or Chinese, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then the reason why we don't have the strongest military is because we allow our military members to have a will or a heart. Not to say that makes us weak, but if you could tell somebody lay on that sword and they do it, then they'll shoot that gun too.
Yeah.
And they won't get married. And XYZ. So North Korea's military.
Yeah.
You don't have those options. You're a soldier. Eat, shoot, run, sleep. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So you put 10 of us in the room and 10 of them in the room. Which one's going to be more disciplined? Them. Military is about discipline. However, the thing we do have as patriots, we have a land that we fight for. And not to say Israelites don't either, but there's something about us that we believe our land so much. Red, white, and blue. Like, for sure, my favorite song. I mean, I'm not trying to be all patriotic, but when the flag is flying and the Star Spangled Banner, like, yo, shut up, this is my song. Yeah. Like, yo, this is my song.
I heard Demi Lovato singing it at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And, man.
Yeah, this is my song.
There's something about that song.
Yeah,
man.
So, and I still, to this day, and I'm in the Guard now, but ask me to go to war.
Yeah.
Ask me, I'm going. I'll die for this. I don't care. I don't care.
That's dope.
Put me out there.
Yeah.
I'll die for everybody over here. I don't care. That's just how that is. Yeah. But if I'm not doing that, then I need a different adventure. But if you ask me right now, let's go.
So have you like been outside of the country?
I've been deployed 5 times. Deployed life is sweet. You won't realize it, but here's what I realized in the middle of Iraq. There's peace. For the first time in my life, it's completely peaceful. I know bullets are flying. I know mortars are flying. I know alarms are going off, but it's completely peaceful. The distractions that you feel and natural society of neon signs and internet and memes and fast food, you don't have all of that. Everything is tan. Everybody's wearing the same thing. It's peace. It's absolutely peaceful.
You feel more protected? Because
Absolutely.
everybody's wearing the same thing.
Absolutely. I mean, the fear is outside of the wire, if anything. I can't speak on that side of it. I've only been outside the wire very few times for a very limited amount of time. But I always envy those guys who got to. And they probably say the opposite. You know, I can't speak on their behalf. But for me, that's what we joined to do. So if you ask me, would I do it? Absolutely. Would I drive a convoy? If you let me. I don't care. What do you need me to do? Let's go do it. And we'll deal with the aftermath after the fact. But for me, I found so much peace in the desert. I found God. I found love. I found the definition of love. I actually never, when you deploy, certain things happen that shouldn't happen, you know, like kind of like Vegas. I never broke that rule when I was deployed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I found the definition of love while I was deployed. I found peace.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Where else did you go other than Iraq?
I did Iraq a couple times. I did Jordan, Djibouti, which is a country.
Yeah.
People don't know that. But
You don't know. Yeah.
Where else did I go? I almost went to Uganda. I've stopped in everywhere, like Germany, whatever. Qatar, I've been there for extent. Not technically deployed, but Alaska, Canada, Guam. I spent a year in Korea, you know.
Okay.
Just a little bit of this and that.
Yeah. What about PTSD?
Speaking of, I'm actually newly disabled vet. I just got my rating back, 50% PTSD.
Wow.
Plus a few other things. But yeah, that's
and you still ready to go.
absolutely. Yeah. So
speak on that. Yeah.
PTSD hits different people different ways.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I stopped trusting and I stopped caring at the same time, is what it is for me. I was talking to my guy and I said, is it wrong that I just don't care? Because I feel like I'm at peace now that I don't care. You know, you have these anxieties about what if she doesn't like me, or what if I do this wrong?
Yeah.
You know, like, nah, man, be wrong. It's all right.
Yeah.
Do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is, are you trying to shoot me or not? And if that's not what's going on, I can lose a fight. I can get rejected in a club. I can win $100 at a bet. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so I newly acquired hobby / addiction is a roulette table.
Yeah.
Man, I cannot get enough of it. I'm going out there. I win a lot of money, but whoever I go with, I'm giving them money the whole time. Like, I don't do it for me.
Yeah.
I already got money. In fact, this is, to me, technically play money, because I have money for rent. You know what I mean? But it's like, it doesn't matter. You know, the only thing that matters is friendship.
Yeah.
Period. The only relationship that matters is friendship.
Yeah.
It trumps everything else. You can be married to somebody and not be friends with them, you see. But when you're on your deathbed, you'll even consider an enemy a friend if they come to visit you.
Yes, that's strong.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's the only relationship that matters is friendship.
Yeah.
It's the strongest.
You know, with the election that's going on right now, there's politicians who are speaking about how vets are being treated wrongly or wrongfully, and you know they're not getting the support that they need. From your perspective, are you getting the support that you need?
As I know this much about this situation, I feel like I'm the type of person that doesn't like to talk to people about what I need. So the fact that the VA came through for me on my disability is blowing my mind. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but there are people that need more than what I'm getting, you know. I was fortunate enough to not be completely messed up, you know, not lose a limb, you know, but, the military, here, this is another thing I realized. The military, what you do is you trade your family for the appreciation of every stranger in the country. So being in the military, I've seen more marriages lost and more free drinks in a bar than in any other association. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You trade your family and your time with your kids for the appreciation of strangers.
That's real.
And so, as I've seen it, and I know that this isn't the same as, W-2 vets and all of that, but like, from what I understand and what, even though the system is still flawed and super slow and outdated, they are still trying to do something.
Yeah.
I know that, I went to a few of them appointments and I said, how is this person even a doctor? Why would you even put me with this person? But overall, as I understand the programs that have been going into effect in the later, presidencies, they are trying to, fix that issue, because that's for sure. There's a long way to go still. But in my opinion, for what little I know and for what little I needed, I was fortunate enough to be, like I said, intact when I left, active duty. I feel very fortunate. I was talking to a friend about this today, and I said, I would never say I regret the military. And I said, look at this, man. First off, the military gave me brothers. I've known this dude for 16 years.
Yeah.
We was the same base. I said, first of all, it's gave me brothers. Mm-hmm. Second of all, you see my truck? It's paid off. I said, my camera game is bonkers, bro. I got more cameras than I can give away right now. You know what I mean? Like, this was all because of the military and what the military provided me with. Mm-hmm. So now I'm disabled. They're paying me for that. Yeah. I've started my retirement at the age of 34. You know what I mean? Like, I could never regret what I did with the military. Gotcha. I could never regret it. Yeah. However, I won't go back unless I'm pulling triggers. Like, so I don't want to do the 9 to 5. Yeah. I want to go, so it's just people's taste. Some people didn't join to do that, and that's fine, because we need all types of positions. But for me, I want to kick doors, or I don't want to go anymore, so yeah.
What is your, so when it comes to how your morals operate on killing another man who's considered an enemy, how do you feel about that?
I'm a precursor to this with a short statement that I won't comment any further on, but after feeling a bullet pass through my body, I don't hate the idea of shooting people. Okay. I wouldn't want to shoot somebody because, in my opinion, that's a mean thing to do, but at the same time, when it's my duty, as I'm instilled through Christianity and other things, which people don't understand maybe, but like, if I'm a soldier, I'm a soldier. Yeah. Like, I don't apologize for what I have to do. You know what I mean? Like, if this is my duty, if it's protect my homeland or not, I'm going to put you in the sights. Yeah. Hey, I don't feel any guilt between me and my God over that. If that ever to come to the situation, I don't know. I'm not saying I've ever done this, but I don't know how I would handle it. But I don't think I would be biblically wrong for carrying out my duties as a soldier. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of wars in the Bible just by itself.
I'm saying? I don't think that's the issue. If two companies or two countries engage in war, then these are now the terms of how we're going to engage. So no, as my spirituality plays out in my understanding, very finite, but as my understanding is, killing a man in war, in necessity, same as if somebody would have come into your home, except for me, the only reason why I don't carry open is because I'm black. Yeah. That's it. Like, it's not because I don't want to. Because me, I'm the type of dude who thinks the only solution to the gun problem is to add more guns. Yeah. Shoot me. But I feel like if a dude is going to do something crazy, he knows everybody's got a gun. He's going to definitely just take care of what he came to do, which was based off of a mean word or a disagreement or a disrespect. Yeah. It's as simple as that. If you would have never treated that person with that disrespect to make them feel that way, they would have never gotten this far.
So you think teachers should have guns?
I know teachers are scared of guns, and I can't speak on their behalf, but I'm an instructor in the military, and I believe if you put a lockbox in every classroom and you decided to put a gun in it or not on your random occasion, then people would think twice about coming and shooting up a school. Yeah. We got lockboxes, right? Yeah. We got codes, right? First of all, I'm a teacher. Let me just say I should go down. Every enter every wall of school, like behind the lockers, there's like the classroom, you got the lockers, you got the hallway.
Yep.
The lockers should be, bulletproof on the back of them.
Okay.
So if you did want to randomly shoot through a hallway, you're just going to shoot up lockers. It's not going to go into a classroom.
Gotcha.
Second of all, as a teacher, I know you don't want to do it, but you need to know the protocol. Put all your kids against the bulletproof wall, turn off the lights, close the door, grab whatever you got in the lockbox, point it towards the door.
Yeah.
And if the door opens, you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
And that's it,
Yeah,
Just wait until you get the all clear.
Yeah.
Don't open no doors. Don't be stuck in the hallway. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because then there's this thing, like in America, we make exceptions for idiocracy.
Yeah.
If you know it's cold red lockdown, don't be in the hallway, and you dumb enough to be in the hallway, you can have to hide out in the bathroom or in the ceiling somewhere because you can't get into a classroom right now.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't be penalizations for people who followed the rules and got inside of the hall, inside of the classroom. Same as like kids playing in the middle of the street get hit by a car. It's the car driver's fault. This is where cars play.
Yeah.
Kids play on the sidewalk, cars play in the street. Ooh. So
it's an interesting perspective.
I don't understand that. Like, what do you mean you're going to sue somebody because your kid ran into the street?
Yeah.
He may have been driving fast, but he was driving fast where cars play. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, be accountable for the things you do.
Yeah.
And stop trying to blame other people. So if I run through a hallway and slip and it's wet, then maybe I should have been walking slower. It doesn't mean somebody needs to be sued. It means maybe I should pay more attention. Yeah. The water was there well before I got there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, if they have the sign. If they don't have the sign.
I hear you, but like, if you smell soap in the air,
yeah,
I'm gonna run down this hallway. Like, no, I don't know. Like, stop looking for reasons to blame people because this society creates victims. Mm-hmm. That's the number one thing you want to be, is a victim of something, somehow.
Yeah.
Because then you get paid. Are you going to put money on Trayvon Martin's life? Did they? How much did they accept? You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're going to tell me? That's the difference? No. Yeah. That's what we do in this society. We make victims, and in so many instances. But if you start to just ease back off of that, stop giving people the right to be a victim. Things happen. Bad things happen. Have you ever done something bad to somebody?
Yeah. Did
you get caught doing it? No. So don't you owe them something? No, you don't, right? You don't. Yeah. So then let it go. That's what I'm saying. Like, fairness is a funny thing because we only want things to be fair when we're at the disadvantage. But when I was maybe 19 or 20, I had this saying that I realized it is not fair that I grew up in America when other people grew up where there wasn't running water. That's not fair. It's not fair that I'm a healthy, athletic kid and some people have a missing limb. That's not fair.
Yeah.
But nobody looks at it like that. They look at it like, it's not fair. He's got $1 million and I don't.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So talk about the military and breaking up families, right? You're not married currently. So
due to the military.
so what happened to your marriage? Like,
all right, I'm gonna talk about it real because I don't know her no more. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
You don't know her anymore.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. So
okay,
all right. So I got married when I was 19. Joined the military. She saved me from a lot of things because I was married to her. Mm-hmm. However, I wasn't a good husband. I wasn't even a good person per se, but like I tried to be when I tried, that new song Lizzo got, well, it's not a new song, but why is every man great until they have to be great? Which I don't subscribe to that bull crap, but it's kind of true. That's people. That's not just men. Mm-hmm. So I can say, in all honesty, I loved her the best way I knew how. But I didn't come from a family where people got married. So I didn't know what marriage meant. Okay, so we got married young, and I held a grudge from the earliest memory I have of us being, from the earliest memory I have of us being married. I held a grudge for 2 years from that point, at least. Stupid, 19-year-old. I get off the plane from basic training. She comes to pick me up. And I'm carrying everything I own in 2 duffel bags, a backpack, and a box. And I just want to get it into the car so I can, do that thing. And she loses where she parks in the airport and refuses to ask for help. And it pissed me off so much. I'm like, why don't you just ask for help? Why don't you just ask somebody for help? So we walked all up and down this airport, and I'm carrying everything I own. And because I was young and stupid, I held that grudge. And I grudged that for a long time. Wow.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of the end, basically, until I got past that, so I had a grudge against my wife for at least 2 years. Just about that simple fact of
that moment.
Yeah. And that was one of the dumbest things I ever did, but you live and learn. So
that's crazy, bro.
what makes people tick? You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like, don't you want to just get home? Why don't you just ask for help? That's what I'm thinking. Because usually it's the dude that don't want to ask for help.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why do you have an issue asking for help?
Yeah. But what ended y'all?
So what ended us? If we fast forward 10 years, what ended us?
Y'all went together for 10 years.
10 years. We were
after the 2 years of the grudge, there was 8 years of still being together.
It was 8 years of downs and ups.
Okay.
I mean, everything. We were separated. So then we started having different boyfriends and girlfriends. Like, it was just everything all the things I never thought I would be. That's what love turned me into. And I may be true with a lot of other people in this world who won't want to admit it, but love turns you into the things you don't want to be. It'll show you the depths you're willing to go for somebody, which is what I realized. I would go to hell and back for her. Again, you know what I mean? At the time, not anymore, but you know what I mean? So I realized, love is the person that you would wake up and say, are we going to hell today or is it going to be a better day?
Yeah.
And you're okay with that, So, but either way, fast forward 10 years. I've lived in Korea for a year. Mm-hmm. I moved back to Florida. She's been living in Michigan or Indiana or whatever with her boyfriend or whatever, and I'm doing my thing just as well, But we stayed married because it gave her insurance and whatever else. There were benefits to her being married, basically. So, and I'm cool with that. So, she comes back down to Florida. We decide to try again. And I say, this is my logic. I don't want you to be here because of a piece of paper. If we're going to do this, we can do it, but it can't be because you have to be here. It's got to be because you want to be here. So I'm going to allow you to leave by signing these divorce papers. And then if you want to stay, you can stay and we can go somewhere. And that's a sincere belief. Obviously, not understanding everything about how women believe, as probably people are going to say, I'm stupid to think that way. But at the same time, I think like the society gives people, more or less women, the ability to be whatever they are, and we have to accept it. But they don't accept men for what we are. Yeah. In that, I'll say something. I said this to this girl one time, like, yo, why can't you dress more like her? And then they say, well, you should never say that to a woman. Yeah. Why? Because she'll never be able to take that. She'll never have the maturity to understand. I'm not saying I want to be with that person. I'm saying I would like you to dress differently just because I think it's cool or whatever, but it doesn't mean I don't want to be with you. Yeah. The same as if you were to say to a dude, whatever, and it doesn't translate to guys. Yeah. But now we're wrong because we didn't get the translation, but we're also wrong because we didn't translate correctly. No matter what, it seems like it's on
Men say all the time, I don't like a guy that's 5'7". I want a 6'1", and it's okay.
Yeah. So I'm never gonna be taller, and you cool with just voicing that between me and all my friends.
Exactly.
That I'm not tall enough to be your boyfriend. But if I said, hey man, why don't you dress like that? Or maybe I say, and I would never say this, but hey, maybe dress a little more conservative. Some guys want their girls to be more conservative. Yeah. And it's a firestorm. Yeah. There's got to be an understanding. There's got to be an understanding to where there's a responsibility in communication.
Well, let's get back to the to the story.
My bad. Yeah. Well, yeah. So
you gave her an ultimatum, like, yo.
Not even. Like, I guess it would technically be an ultimatum, but it was like she didn't have to sign it.
Okay.
I didn't force her to sign it even. Yeah. I said, look.
The option.
I'm saying, let's get remarried is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But for us.
Yeah.
Let's end this 10 years that we survived, barely, and let's start a new contract. If you want to. Or you can leave if you want to. But I won't keep you here as a prisoner. Mm-hmm. That's it. And she left, and she was mad at me when she left because maybe she didn't understand what I was saying or what, but she felt like I threw her away. And I said, that's not what I'm doing. I'm saying I don't want to maintain this contract that we've spent on and trampled on for 10 years and force you to do something. We ruined this marriage. Let's start a new one. Let's change our cell phone numbers. Let's move. Let's start a new one. Let's disappear. And just me and you take care of me and you until we figure out how to do it right. And then we can surface and tell everybody, hey, look, we figured it out. Yeah. And then everybody be happy for you and happy for me again. But what I needed was to be more important than your friends and your family. Yeah. Just like you are to me. I want to be your family, you know, and on that level, not to say you'll never see your dad again or whatever. I'm just saying, I need to know that I come first if I'm going to be your husband. Yeah. And I didn't feel that way. So I gave her the option to leave and she chose it. And I couldn't hate her for it. But at the same time, it's like, I would have kept going. Yeah. With or without a marriage, I'd have kept going. Yeah. I generally liked that person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cared about her, loved her, just didn't understand her. And she didn't me. And that's okay. Yeah. Because I became okay with failing. Not to say I'm a failure. I succeeded at a lot of things, but failure is also an option sometimes. Mm-hmm. And you just get back up. You keep trying, you know? Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because, you know, we spoken about the military, you being overseas in Iraq, and, you know, finding love, or the definition of love.
Yeah.
And also peace, and, you know, also being in love or in and out of love for 10 years, you know, like, how do you see love right now? 2 questions. How do you see love right now, and what are you in love with right now?
I'd like to dive in on that finding love thing. That might answer a few, you know. Okay. This is going to sound crazy. I know it's going to sound crazy. Yeah. I was deployed in a war zone, and my girl, my wife, was so mad at me, she started dating somebody else. Rightfully so. I'm sure I did something to deserve it. But I knew she had a boyfriend, and I became willing to the point that I was willing to befriend this guy, because why would I blame some other dude for trying to lay with a girl that's fine, especially if her dude is messing up? You know what I mean? I couldn't fault the cat. Like, I'd have done the same thing, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it only makes sense. You treat your girl that way or whatever. She wants to leave, she's going to leave, you know, partially. Of course, she stayed married for the benefits, but like, you know, so, but at the same time,
marriage
like,
with benefits.
Yeah, right. So here's my deal. Like, nobody ever wakes up thinking I'm going to cheat on my husband or whatever. You know what I mean? That's never where it starts. There's got to be a trigger. There's got to be a misunderstanding. So I took that responsibility. I took that blame, and I said, I wouldn't be hurt by you being with this dude if I was just better to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's my fault. Mm-hmm. Now I have to live with this, and I'm deployed. Worst time in my life. I mean, the worst hell I've ever been through. But I realized I still love this person, which a lot of people still love that person. They just let their girlfriends or their homies say, oh, you stupid for... Like, no, it's not stupid. Love hurts. It's the nature of it. Anything, like you love a kid. You know you love somebody depending on how much pain you're willing to go through for them. And it's okay to look like a fool when you're in love, you know? So, hey, it was what it was, you know? So I define love as that. The person that I'll let take me to hell today, and then tomorrow I'll say, well, where are we going today? Okay. It's just that simple. It's not about the mountaintops. You can go to a strip club and be on a mountaintop. You can go to Vegas and be on a mountaintop. Yeah. You can have somebody from high school 3 years ago tell you, hey, you know, I always thought you was cute, and it'll put you on a mountaintop for a minute at least. You know what I mean? Like, mountaintops happen. That's just life. But how deep of a valley are you willing to be in for somebody? Yeah. That's love. Like, yeah, I'm down for that. So when you find a person that you'll go through hell for, and then they realize that you're willing to go through hell for them, if they decide, oh, crap, maybe I should not take you to hell, then you're going to be in heaven. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to just change everything. Once they realize how much you love them, you know? Yeah. But...
And the last question.
Yeah. What am I in love with?
Right now, it could be anything.
I'm just a man of many things in that case, man. I love photography. I love skateboarding. I love motorcycles. You know, I love fighting. Oh, man. I love fighting. but not with girls. You know, it's just like, it's boring with girls. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to fight with a dude. Like,
you can never win.
I mean, yeah, you lose. You know what I mean? And you can't hit them. So it's like, man, this is all around. I'm just taking it from, I don't like fighting with girls, but like, I don't mind losing in a fight. In high school and college, I was a wrestler.
Yeah.
I used to go at it, man.
Yeah.
I didn't care, man. I just wanted competition. If I knew I was going to beat you before it started, I wasn't interested in it.
Yeah.
But when I did beat you and I knew it was a good one, it was a good one. Like, you know what I mean? So I had a decent record. You know, I was more winning than losing. But, you know, I appreciated the times when I lost, you know. So I love people, man. I really love people. In a way that, like, the way I develop a friendship is from the top down. A lot of people, they meet people and they have to build a trust with them. Yeah. I'll give you all my trust. Yeah. You'll let me know what my change back is. You know what I'm saying? If I give you $100, I'm willing to lose $100. Yeah. If you bring me back $100, maybe I should have gave you $2. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you bring me back $1, okay. I know where you at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm going to give somebody all the trust and respect that I want from them right off the bat. And then they'll just let me know where I should cut it off. Yeah. I won't give you anything I'm not willing to lose.
That's real.
Okay.
That's real. And to wrap it up, because I asked you about how you felt when Kobe died, and you said,
all right, so now you're going to maybe go out like this. Here's
go out like this.
No disrespect. No disrespect, man. I didn't love Kobe per se. I just knew he was a good dude. I know somebody in Colorado disagrees with me, some chick, whoever she is. But either way, I think Kobe was a solid cat. I think Kobe did what he wanted to do. He lived his life. Here's my ideal on it. Kobe died doing rich people stuff. I don't feel bad for that.
Somebody said the same.
I'm never going to die in a helicopter crash. What I feel bad for is the other people, you know, more the kids, you know, that's sad. I give you that. But like, I'm a motorcycle racer. If I die on a motorcycle, clap for me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Kobe died doing rich people stuff. That's cool, man. It's a shame you took people with you, but he lived his life, man. He lived his life. He did 20 years on the same team. You know, he lived his life. Yeah. It's just a shame his expiration date was the same as all those other people because they joined him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't have to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I see your point. And, you know, I love Kobe, you know, and it's like every time I watch people speak about him, like I almost want to cry, you know, like it's just like, it's so sad to me because he actually is one of the people that, you know, I looked up to, you know what I'm saying? I still look up to him, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
To me, it's like the body's gone, but the memories,
everything he's done,
the spirit is still here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's here for eternity, you know? And it's like, when you look at it, it's almost like, even when I look at Tupac, it's like, I come to the piece, like, these guys accomplished so much. It was almost like it was their time to go. Like, God was like, there's not more that I need you to give to these people. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you've given to these people, they can live with it for thousands of years. You know what I'm saying?
Truly, right? Know? That's the circle of life. So it would have been a tragedy for Kobe to die in an alley in Chicago somewhere. Yeah. That would have been a tragedy. Mm-hmm. But to die doing what rich people do? Yeah. One could only hope to die doing what rich people do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, some people, like, if I die in a motorcycle crash or if I die having sex, them the two ways to die for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the two best ways to go. Like, but not to make a joke of it, but man, he completely did everything he set out to do. Yeah. Not a lot of people have done that. Yeah. I mean, not everything. Obviously, he started a new journey post NBA, but like his original game plan, he did everything. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, it is sad that the other people had to go, especially his daughter. That's the saddest part. Yeah. You know,
and then these people, there was like more people in the plane that don't even get named. You know what I mean? Like, to die in the shadow of Kobe Bryant means you don't get named. Like, no, this person had just as many valuable. Nobody hears about these people.
You know? Even if they do get named, people never gonna remember their faces.
Yeah, you know? Only their own family. Like I guess that's the testament to how big of a thing Kobe's done in this world is that beyond his family, people will remember his name and his face. Yeah, that's somewhere written in the Greek gods' book. Like, it's just about remembering the name, you know.
Yeah, man.
So
And yo, I appreciate his presence, what he gave us, and like I said it on the Instagram, like what he left us, we can write a Bible with it. We can write a guide to being great.
Yeah.
You know, and that could be somebody's like there's a book called The Prince, written by Machiavelli, and people. It could be somebody's Art of War. You know what I mean? Somebody's Bible.
Absolutely.
Those memories.
He is the definition of excellence.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah.
5 a.m. excellence.
Yeah.
So I agree.
All right, man.
Yeah.
It's been dope and profound. They're gonna love everything and try to kill you for the Kobe shit.
Look,
but I got you.
You feel me, bro? It's not like that. No disrespect at all. You feel me, man?
Yeah. Nah, man. It was love.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, man.